I'm always mentioning to them that the body has an innate way of searching for homeostasis, but if it doesn't have the right signaling coming in, it cannot maintain homeostasis. Right. So things that we look at, if we can make it a big thing talking about, we want to prevent falls. Falls in people over 70 is one of the leading causes of injury and death, right? Like 30%. But why are they having so many problems with falls? Is it because their system is getting old, or is it because there's not enough sensory input to be able to maintain the brain sharp in those later years of their life? And the research is showing that it's the latter. It's like we don't do enough input. I was watching something on TV that Gabriel, my son, sent to me yesterday, and it was talking, I think it's on Netflix, of something to do with 100 years old, like the blue zones where people live over 100 years. And I've watched 2 episodes where they go into them, but the one that was, I think, in Sardinia or in just off the coast of Italy, one of the islands, and they showed that, these individuals are, hiking up and down the mountain just to get to the house and to the store every day. They're over 100 years old. They have a purpose. In Japan and Okinawa, there's like different things that they have philosophically that is their purpose of life, that they keep using their hands, whether it's sewing or gardening or woodworking or serving in the community, that they all had this word that meant purpose. What's your purpose? And so to me, I think we're tapping into something very important, because in a lot of our societies, we sort of think, and I'm 5 years away from what the United States society thinks of as retirement age. But in reality, there shouldn't be a retirement age if we want to live a long time. That there needs to be purpose and love and input and sensory to be able to maintain health. And this is one of the things that we're talking about, is that, in the United States, we put our parents into assisted living facilities. A lot of those are not very good because they're so expensive that if you do not have a lot of money set aside for that, or properties to sell to put them into an assisted living facility, they could be in one that's very deprived of light and touch and play and experience or purpose. So I want to go down a little bit of talking about, some more experiences that you've had, Alex, as it pertains to tapping in and stimulating these receptor fields, stimulating these sensory organs in the fascia in patients and clients, and maybe some results that you've seen by focusing on that.
So as a therapist, I see patients, and we see more and more patients with neurological diseases. And what I see is, of course, they're aging. Because they're aging, the nervous system also is not that active anymore. But we also see the plasticity in the nervous system in those neuro patients. And what we do is we create a playful environment, and the stimulation of this playful environment, and actually the fun that they're also having, is part of the therapy. At the same time, when we do treatment with our hands, manual therapy, when we release an area of congestion or of restriction, in fascia, we say information starts traveling again through the fascia, and the body like reboost. What's that English word? Like boosting up again, like the whole system is like boosting up again. And so when I do manual work today, I look at the whole body, how the body reacts and how the whole person reacts. So does a patient leave the clinic with an expression of more vitality, with a more positive mindset that often goes together with a better gait or a better posture, or let's say less pain. But I like what you said about that maybe we have to reduce things that we take or that we want to have in order to find more the essentials. I just fasted. I'm actually fasting right now. I'm just like this week. I have a week of fasting. I haven't eaten regular food for the last 5 days. When we eat less, our body starts creating flexibility in the digestive system. So instead of burning carbohydrates, we're burning fat. And that's a completely different system that is sleeping if we are never hungry, if we are always having everything that we would like to have for eating, for example. What I want to do is, and what I do in my therapy now, we recommend people fasting because we see that the fasting creates not only flexibility in the digestive system, but it also creates less acidity and less irritation and inflammation
Yeah,
in
the alkalinity goes up and creates a better
alkalinity in
environment.
in the joints and everything. And then people realize that when they don't eat everything all the time, that they do something else. So they wake up in order to find that there are so many other things than just having everything all the time. And to me, it's this reduction idea, what you just said. The young generation has it. I mean, my children, they're like 20, 22, 24. They try to live without a car. They try to live without eating animals. And, vegan is a very big thing. The other thing I wanted to say just quickly is, remember the sentence that we heard when I think where we were at Chopra's education. The people spend their health in order to gain the wealth through their life. And then when they're sick, they have to spend all their wealth to get their health back eventually. But, it's not possible. Once you have wasted your health, you can't really buy it back. But people try it, of course, through plastic surgery or through, getting any kind of like expensive services. So, I think the joyfulness, the lightness is in a way contrology and discipline because we shouldn't deviate from what's important. So to me, that's more discipline.
Yeah. And the
When we
discipline, even the discipline you're talking about, Alex, of fasting. And I don't think sometimes we use discipline as a way of punishing. That's not what discipline really means. But, discipline really means just being committed.
committed, yes.
Yeah, committed
Yeah.
to your health. And, you're going to learn how to say no to certain things that might be tempting to us, like that big brownie sitting on my desk. It's like, it's tempting to me, but I need to learn to say no. Or, missing out on a night's sleep when you know how important your sleep is, to learn to say no to that. Or, that to me is discipline. It's the commitment to being
Yes.
healthy, as you're saying. And if our children and our grandchildren can learn to have that kind of commitment and have that education and feel that stewardship, another word I love, stewardship over their bodies and their minds and their spirits. How do they create a safe haven in their body that their mind can be strong and that they can, be happy in their body?